Hello everyone. Today we are diving into one of the most fastest and most elegant event loop library that is libev. Okay. So we will understand what libev is, what are the problems that is solved by libev, what are the advantages of using this library, and what is the quick set in Ubuntu for using this library, and we will discuss some of the APIs that is used in libev so that we will be well versed with the APIs and so that we can use in our programs in the later videos. Okay, let's start. So first is what is libev. Okay, so libev is a full featured high performance event loop library for C. So instead of blocking your program on one operation at a time, you will create a lightweight watcher that will say, tell me when this socket is readable. So we have a API EV underscore IO form, which will take the file descriptor and keep a watch on that file descriptor for any event through that. Okay, then we have EV timer that we will fire after 2 seconds, which means we have a timer that counts for 2 seconds. After that, it will do some operation. Okay. So there is some APIs like EV underscore child that will say, okay, a child process is exited if we want to track the child process. Okay. Now we have a signal handlers as well, right? So we will check for the signal handler using the EV API, EV underscore signal for that and many more. For periodic timer, file changes and the fork event. So all these scenario we can uh, utilize to get the APIs from libev in our program directly. And you handle these watchers to libev, call ev run. So this is the main event loop API that will wait for the event and to wake up only when something happens. So this event loop library, like we have in while loop, it is always scanning, but it's not in this case. This event run will be if when we have some event only. Okay, from here we will understand what is libev and why we are using it. Okay, so what are the problems that is solved with libev? So if we are using a blocking calls like read, write, accept, it will block or wait for an event. This thing will be solved by using the libev APIs. Okay. For example, you spawn a thread per connection, okay, and memory exploded, context switch kills your performance, and you now have to deal with the race condition and locks in multi-threaded application. For this event loop library, it uses only a single thread to process all the requests. Okay, so that's why it's very useful. In spite of using multi-threading, we can use libev to handle all the multiple requests at one time. Okay, so we have manual select poll and epoll calls, and these call you write your own event loop. So it's hundred of line of code and easy to get wrong, hard to maintain, and you still have to handle timers, signals, and child process yourself. So this problem can be easily solved by using libev APIs. Okay, so you cannot scale this as well, right? So it's very difficult to scale these using select that poll. So in spite of getting that overhead, we'll use this library and we'll come out of that problem. So what are the main advantages of using libev is it's a blazing fast speed. Okay, so they have smaller watcher structures and it beats the live event in an official benchmark as well because it is being used in place of live event now. Okay, so they have a tiny memory and CPU overhead is reduced as we already discussed. Okay, so it work cleanly with lot of OS like Linux, BSD, Mac OS, and Solaris, and no global variables, safe for threats as well. Okay, so it only have a single header that is ev.h that we can use and integrate this library in our code easily. Okay, so also it is battle tested for 15 plus years. So this library is used in embedded for last 15 years and is still being used. So you understand how much rigid this library is. So they all have full features like IO, timers, signals, child processes, while watchers. Okay, and we have asynchronous inter-thread wake-ups as well. So all these are the main advantages of using this libev. Okay, so till now we discussed about libev. Let's have a quick look how to use or how to install this library in our Linux. So we have this quick setup. So we'll use apt install libev dev on Ubuntu or Debian system to install this library on our system. And while compiling our app, we'll link our library -lev to our program to resolve the APIs that we use in this program of libev. Also, we need to include this header file. So this is single header file that we use for all the APIs that is being used in EV. Okay, so I think you are clear till now. So let's jump to the core event loop APIs. We'll have a discussion. There are different categories of the APIs which used in our program for using this libev. Okay, so we have first the core event APIs. As we already discussed, we have an event loop, start processing events, block until stop. Okay, so this is heavily used. We use other as well for creating a new loop and also getting the current loop time as well. We use some APIs. Okay, so these are the core APIs. Then we have our IO watchers that will watch on the socket of these read write FDs, file descriptors. Okay, so these are the APIs that we are using. So you see here, you have a tag here, IO, for input output operations. We use this list of APIs and we have timer watcher as well. Okay, so for example, we need to create a timer and for that, we need EV underscore timer format of APIs in libev. Similarly, we have signal handler watchers. We'll use EV underscore signal init start and stop to use with our APIs. And we have idle watchers as well. For example, there is no operation. So it will goes into the idle state and these APIs can be used internally to handle that operations. And then we have async thread communication operations in which we have different watchers per thread. So cross thread notification can be done through these APIs. Okay. Then we have the child process watcher in which we monitor the child process acceptance status. Okay. So these APIs can be used to access the processes. Then we have a stat or a file monitoring APIs that monitors the file changes. And at last, we have cleanup APIs that will help to clean up the loops, the watchers, all thing in one place. Okay. So from this, what we understand is we are using this library as an alternative to select system call or epoll. So we don't want to get into the core APIs to use program and increase the complexity. Rather, we use these APIs to make our code minimal. And also, by using this library, it's already being tested. So chances of errors are very less. We just input the data and do our operation. So better to use this library as it is a production grade library. We used in lot of network daemons. We have OpenSync and other softwares that are being used in the embedded industry widely that all are using this libev. Okay. So if you want to look at the header file, so you can go on GitHub and you get this header file there. So so here you'll get a libev library source code, and you can go for ev.h here, and if you open it you will get a list of APIs that is being used. So if you go to ev underscore init, you will get these APIs here. For example, IO init and other, all things are used as a macro here. Okay. So for all the API related stuff, you can go to the header directly and see what it does, and you can use in your programs. So this is all about the general introduction of libev. In the next video, we'll see how to use these APIs in our program and make our uh, program efficient. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.